Okay, it's time to read a little bit from my book, Activating Your Inner Superhero. I wrote it several years ago, and it's been published on Amazon as an ebook, meaning you can download it to your computer. It hasn't been published in hard copy. That's my dream. I have a lot of dreams for writing, and this was my first book. And like I said, I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago. Anyway, it's called Activating Your Inner Superhero. Overcoming life challenges with a new mindset and new joints. This was my story about how I activated my own inner superhero after I had hip replacements a couple years ago. Double hip replacements. So I decided to read a couple chapters from it and see if it could bless someone. So let's go. Your bike needs gas. That's a quote from the Wolverine movie. I have implants. Probably not the kind you're thinking of, though. My implants were an elective surgery, which means it wasn't life or death. However, having surgery gave me life. This is not what I expected to have when I was dreaming of being a grown-up. I mean, I love hardware. Accessories are always on my body. Bracelets, bangles, earrings, gold-plated necklaces that make me look like I'm from the 80s. I have 4 holes. Nope, at the time I had 4. I have a lot more now. 6 holes in each ear. And I don't even leave the house without earrings, not even to take out the trash. Real talk. I have titanium now in my hips, both of them. I'm a modern day superhero. So now, just like Wolverine in the superhero movies and comic, who is adamantium. Am I saying that right? I don't know. He has adamantium in his body. I have titanium, which makes me faster, stronger, and more indestructible. That's what I like to believe. Why do I bring up Wolverine? Well, because he's cool. And because now I'm finally strong enough to talk about having my joints replaced, and using him as an example makes me laugh. So here we go. Let me just break this down, this metal thing, this adamantium talk for you. According to Marvel, adamantium is a dense, artificial, iron-based alloy that is virtually indestructible. What does that mean? A sufficient amount is capable of surviving multiple nuclear explosions. Basically, this is like what made him immortal. His body, adamantium. So let's use the figure of speech. He was indestructible. He was unstoppable. And that's the analogy I'm trying to draw here. Titanium, which is what I have in my body, is a chemical element and an atomic number 22. Is a lustrous transition metal with a silver color. So brown on the outside, silver on the inside. It's low density and high strength. And it is highly resistant to corrosion or in seawater. Good news. I don't want corrosion. Highly resistant to corrosion in seawater, aqua regia, and chlorine. This is good news, like I said, because I live in Arizona and I like to take dips in the pool. Yeah, I know. Wikipedia isn't exactly the best reliable information here, but it's the only thing that I found, and it's interesting. So in case you're wondering, I'm not 70 yet. I will be someday. I'm in my 40s, but I look younger because I wear leather pants and leggings. And if you look at my playlist, you'd think I was a child. When I had the surgeries to replace my hips, I was in my 30s. But remember, being in your 30s, like, I didn't represent the normal population for this. So I listen to Nicki Minaj. I wear leather. I tweet. I go to Target and I buy more than I should. None of those qualities make me the type of person whose lips would move and you would hear, I have hip replacements. No. But I do have fake hips. And I had to learn not to freak out from fear of having something like this pop up in my life, especially at such a young age. Just like Wolverine dealt with the fact that he outlived everybody he knew and loved, I had to learn to deal with the circumstances in my life that brought me there. There being time for hip replacement. It took a lot of years, a lot of tears, and a lot of ice cream. Too much ice cream. It also required pep talks and love from people who love me. However, I finally came to grips with my hips. You like that? Just like Wolverine, I decided that I'm indestructible and can heal from any wound, physical and emotional. Both of them hurt. Both of them needed healing. And you're reading this book, my hope, is because I decided to be an overcomer. You're going to laugh or slightly smile while reading this book because I decided to show the world how to find the funny in the middle of their life pain, in the middle of their life challenge, and then insert laughter. So I laugh at my pain, at the victory in my life, all in an effort to teach you to do the same. I'm not afraid to tell you about my story, the good and the bad. Laughing is medicine. And I've learned to rock the titanium in my body as if I'm a modern-day superhero, especially when I wear leather leggings. See, laughing is easy. You'll see, and I hope you feel it too. There are some cool people with fake hips. Bo Jackson, the great football/baseball player. Remember him? Jane Fonda. We all had hip replacements. I didn't bust my hips playing football in the NFL, but I understand Bo Jackson's pain. And Jane Fonda, she's a beautiful woman. Beautiful. Who spent years teaching people how to do aerobics, has done so many movies and TV shows and activism, and she's inspiring. I don't like aerobics. I haven't completed a jumping jack since I was in 5th grade, but I have the same physical pain that she had. I had it too. It was horrific. And I hear there are even some other cool people like Prince, rest in heaven, Pat Riley. They had or have hip trouble too, so I'm not in bad company here. I get my hips from my dad's side of the family. My grandma and I both had hip replacements. For years before my surgery and even after, I was embarrassed to say I have hip replacements because I thought that made me sound old and lame. Some people told me I shouldn't tell anyone about my surgery, like to keep it low. I couldn't stay silent about it. I won't keep it to myself. Like any superhero with the vulnerability, a flaw, or a life challenge, I own it. I rock it. I talk about it because it's me. It's part of who I am. I want my story to help you get over your story and rock out your own life. There's a particular hero who paved the way for my surgery, my hip surgery, my grandma, Anita, my dad's mom. She had both her hip replaced, like I said before. Both of her hips were replaced after she had 15 kids. I haven't had 15 kids. I haven't had any kids come out of my body. What makes this even funnier is the fact that my grandma and I, had the same orthopedic surgeon. What? I know, that's weird. It's true. She had Dr. Ott, David Ott, when he was fresh out of medical school. I had him after he had established a reputation in the field of bones. He sewed and sawed us back together 30 years apart. Real talk. So, as I continue to tell you things about this book, read stories, read chapters, I hope you enjoy and understand that you too can overcome your life pain with laughter, with time, with effort, with all the tips that I give you from me to you on how I overcame my own. That's all for now. More very soon. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.